And it's worth saying that we're really looking forward to having the Lone Bellow back in town October 7th. You guys are going to be here again. It's so great every time you're here. And with new music in hand, it doesn't actually feel all that long ago that the last record came, but I guess it has now. It's been like 2 years, right?
It's been forever. It's been way too long. Yeah, this process took a while of making this record. I think that's one of the reasons why it felt so long.
What happened? I mean, I guess I'm looking for the timeline at the beginning here because it just didn't even seem like you guys had any downtime this time around. But I guess you did. Like, when did the last record end, and what happened? Why was it such a long process?
Well, for one, we all moved down to Nashville, Tennessee. So everybody moved their families down, and that was just a huge transition personally for everyone. And then just trying to figure out who to make the record with and where, and we ended up going with Dave Cobb down at this place, RCA Studios in Nashville. Once the record was finished and we were ready to release it, Kaneen announced to the band that she was pregnant, which is awesome. So we put everything on hold so that she could, be healthy, have the baby, and he's here now. He's going to be on the road with us somehow. So we'll figure all that out. Maybe it wasn't that long ago. It was just so much life has happened. So it's felt that way.
I mean, you grew a beard. That's a lot of life in that beard. There is a lot of beard there in those pictures.
Yeah, I grew it and shaved it. It came and went.
It's already
like
gone.
A bad habit.
What was the reason to head down to Nashville? And especially, I mean, you're not kidding. To move just, you and your family to do a move is usually a big undertaking. To move multiple families, what was the conversation that led you guys to saying, let's uproot everything and everybody?
Well, we've been touring pretty hard for a few years. And I've got 4 little ones. I have 3 little girls and a boy. And I just started having some conversations with some fellow musicians and just hearing some rumors of how logistically it's just Nashville, and Louisville for that matter, are just located in the country, just in a better place to tour from than Brooklyn. So let's say Nashville is like the centerpiece of a flower, and you drew 5 petals around it. And those 5 petals were like 5 tour routes that you could do in America, not including California. You can basically be like an overnight drive away from your family almost anywhere in the country. Yeah. So you can spend a lot more time home. And it was reaching that point of just, I was like, man, I'm grateful for the work I get to do. I'm grateful for music. I'm grateful for being able to tour, but I don't want to have an unhealthy balance here. And I don't know. I guess like when my kids get old enough, I want to be able to tell them that I did everything I could to be there and to know them. So that was it for me. And it was really difficult leaving Brooklyn. It's still difficult right now. We had such an incredible community of people there that we have been through hell and high water with that are all still there. So we're just taking it a day at a time.
I get that from your writing a lot because, the one thing I've connected with you and your lyrics is always about the complexities of relationships. It seems to be, I don't know what I get from it. I don't know if that's how you feel about your own writing, that, is a general theme that you hit on, and maybe that's a really broad term anyway, because maybe every theme is about the complexities of relationships. But is that what works its way into these songs as well? Like I get that from the title track. I even get that from, the first single too.
Yeah. We went through a thing with Brian that's in the band where he just needed to get some help and get off the road for a little while. And that was during the time that we were supposed to be making the record. And we had to make this decision to put our health and friendship in front of even like the studio that we had already, they had set aside their time for us to make the record there for like 30 days. Dave Cobb was ready to go. He's a very busy producer. Right after us, I think he had like Stapleton and then Isbell.
Right.
Like bam, bam. And he was just really gracious with us, and we figured it out. But I think that just going through those trials and tribulations of friendship and even, even like work and trying to pay the bills and putting your buddy's well-being in front of that, I think made it into these songs a little bit. And it was kind of just like a gut check of, do we still truly care about each other and the people that we get to sing in front of? So I think, maybe it's like a natural thing that happens in the human condition, but I'm really grateful that we had this, like, just this shift in our hearts and minds. And we've been able to be off the road for a while since Kaneen was having a little one. So me and Brian actually like did solo stuff, and just had a lot of fun, and we can't wait to get back to it. And it starts just in a few days.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, that makes sense now when I look at the title, Walking Into a Storm, because the word I center in on there is the word into, which is obviously something that, that doesn't sound safe at all. That doesn't sound fun. But
yeah,
it makes
exactly.
sense in your context.
There's another song on the record called Deeper in the Water that's just about that same thing. Like, here we go, like walking out deeper into this river of life and friendship and work. And is it worth it? Is what we're doing adding beauty to the world while we're alive? Or, are we just creating white noise? And I think that's a question that anybody should ask themselves in any, not just line of work, but just like, as a friend or a father or a husband or whatever, So yeah, that it's a pretty heavy record. I mean, we had a blast making it. We ended up making it in like 7 days. And Dave Cobb sat in on acoustic guitar on every track. We all sat around in a circle and did it, and just really truly had a blast. There's a lot of fun songs. I mean, I think it's a radio single called "Time's Always Leaving."
That's the one we're playing.
Yeah. Oh, sweet. Thank you. Yeah, and the live version of that has taken a different form, and it kind of goes out into the ether of insanity. So yeah, it's gonna rule. It's gonna be so fun just to see what people think, and if it just sits with people.
Yeah,
can't wait.
When I first heard that, and I it's the interplay of the lead vocals and those background vocals dancing around each other. Like, that was my first thought, is that live version of it. Like, oh, that's gonna be fun. And
that snare drum that just drives a hammer through your forehead. Either it might be a good thing or a bad thing.
Well, I'm always just so impressed by everything you guys do, and again, this record, even just from the 2 tracks I've heard, sounds so great, and we're looking forward to having you back in town, man. We really are. It's so much fun every single time. Dude,
thank you. And I know I've said this to you before, but we truly love Louisville. I mean, I don't say that about every town we go to, I promise. There's something special there. It's you guys have a real beautiful thing going, and we feel it every time we're there. So thank you for helping support what we do. We're honored to do it.
Yeah, it's our pleasure. All right, Zach, I'll let you get back to your coffee and Newport.
All right, Kyle. I'll see you in a few days.
All right, man. We'll do it.
All right, man.
All right.
All right. Bye.